this draft work, and they came up empty so many times. It was a little bit surprising how often they did come out empty, and well, we'll see what they want to do now in game number 3 as we have a draft underway. Put us into this draft. Queen of Pain, first ban overall.
Yeah, and now Aster has first pick again, so they're probably not going to ban the IO Tiny. Wait, no, sorry, RNG has first pick again, so they are probably going to ban the IO Tiny again.
Remaining.
Or maybe they're not.
Radiant team ban.
But they gave him IO last
Aster's
game.
Turn to ban.
Ah, this time they respect the Tiny. Yeah, it's always like that.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, Tiny is still a hero, guys.
Turn
Okay,
Tiny's
let's
out.
ban him.
Ember spirit.
There's
First
the Ember.
pick Ember, now that's what I'm talking about.
And into a Void. Void Spirit first pick.
Radiant team pick.
Grims.
And then into
They
the
have
Grief
seen a lot of
Stroke.
success with that Void Spirit against Ember, though, especially yesterday against eHome.
Does give him the option to have that Ink Swell with the jump and the Astral Step.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Plastic
5
Grimstroke again.
seconds remaining.
And Grimstroke is also just like the most valued support pick ever, suddenly.
Yeah, very often we see this be
Radiant team
a
ban.
popular pick. And with a lot of abilities in the first 2 heroes like that, Rubik coming out for Royal Never Give Up. Again, we saw Felix have a couple good games with this hero.
Yeah. Now
10
it's not
seconds remaining.
terrible, but it's also not the greatest Ruby game just yet, right?
5
Void Spirit can
seconds
find you pretty
remaining.
easily in the back lines, and stealing Grimstroke spells is not the
Team
easiest thing
Aster's
ever.
Turn to ban.
Right.
Lifestealer. Okay. Interesting, Lifestealer ban.
Radiant team ban.
They also picked Lifestealer against Rubik, so maybe they just really value that matchup very highly.
Team Aster's turn to ban. Radiant team ban.
Night Stalker TA Kunkka.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds remaining.
We've seen the Night Stalker be effective every now and then.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you have these Ember Spirits, or any spirit really. The sounds can really mess you up until you get that BKB. But we've also seen a lot of very... even borderline useless Night Stalkers, right? Where they like fly in with darkness, instantly die. It's never been like in between. It's like, oh yeah, he's good, but not super good. It's either he's owning the game or he's doing quite the opposite.
Seems like we kind of need to see a more meta
Team Aster's turn to ban.
off-lane pick for both these teams.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. There's still the Mars for XXS, one of his more comfortable heroes.
Yeah.
10
Still the Mars.
No
still
one's touching
Tide.
Weaver anymore.
We're not
at all.
seeing Tide at all. And yeah, we're not seeing Weaver either.
5 seconds remaining.
What a bit of a surprise that we're not seeing Weaver.
Wait, I have to read up again. Nothing changed about Rubik, right? It's just the Aghanims.
If so.
Team Aster's turn to pick. Radiant team pick.
Oh, the lift duration was increased.
And there's the Mars. But even then, like, it wasn't a big enough change to really feel crazy, right?
Yeah. I mean, Rubik into Weaver was always super strong. I don't know why suddenly everyone's so scared of it. You know, it wasn't like it wasn't a problem before. But yeah, they're going to the Mars, as we said.
5 seconds
XSS likes that hero a lot. They have a lot of success with it. And now it is RNG's turn to figure out what they want to do about that, how they want to handle it. Do they want to put the Ember Spirit safe lane again? A lot of questions to be answered.
Radiant team pick.
They've done it before. They have the opportunity to do so. And, well, Go to the Brew, which we have seen a couple times, and it does get that Ags and feel pretty stellar, honestly.
Yeah, Brew Rubik,
10 seconds
also very strong
remaining.
lane. Now, they're
Team
probably going to pick the
Aster's
next
turn
support.
to pick.
And there's the Undying. Not a hero we've seen a lot, but it is a hero that feels like it could be good still.
What does Monet like?
10 seconds remaining.
Phantom Lancer looks not the greatest.
5
Can work,
seconds
though.
remaining.
AM looks pretty good.
Radiant
Phantom
team
Assassin?
ban.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
All right. Not the most meta pick. It's a very strong hero, though. I think it's very underrated. The shot is very strong, plus the talents as well.
10
He
seconds
can destroy
remaining.
Tombstone pretty easily. He doesn't have to worry too much about Brewmaster.
5 seconds remaining. Aster's turn to ban.
It's a good pick,
Radiant
but the
team
lane is a bit
ban.
scary. A little bit scary.
With the Undying or the Jug Grim.
Against Rubik Brew. Because the
Yeah.
spin is all on cooldown. If you use it once, you get like triple nuke in your face. It's a lot of damage.
All of a sudden, you're super vulnerable.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Jug is really a carry that needs high levels.
5 seconds remaining.
And a decent amount of farm as well.
Team Aster's turn to ban.
Very angry Enchantress. So RNG picks first, and they're looking to pick the
Radiant team
probably
pick.
mid hero for Sumnus. Usually when they play this, they put the Ember on a carry role and give Sumnus a more scaling hero. They banned the Morphling though. So maybe they can't do that.
Team Aster's turn to pick.
And they go Shadow Fiend. So
And they do it anyway.
Shadow Fiend, Ember safe lane.
Now.
Is there?
Aster actually has last pick, and they picked.
Yeah.
What are they going to last pick then?
10 seconds remaining.
The 4?
They could just throw the Void Spirit for and go to
5
something
seconds
else.
Remaining.
They could. Like a
I don't
bad
think
red
Void-
looks pretty decent.
I don't think Void Spirit 4 is that bad.
It's not. It's pretty decent. It's just, do they see something that can really like win them this game? From
Right.
mid lane, Void Spirit is just really, really good though. Against SF, it's a tough matchup. They had to see this coming though, because they did it before.
Io.
Choose your
Oh,
hero.
wow. I did
last
not realize it was
pick.
still there.
Io.
Is it a 5 or 4 though? It is a 4
It's
IO.
a 4.
Okay, so we go back to the IO Mars lane. It's a strong lineup, honestly. You have the minus armor stacking. It's like minus 16, pretty much for the whole team. Cause Sleight of Fist with the Deso and the Aura plus the Aura. I like it. The Brewmaster plus the Building Aura is also nice with the SF.
Mhm.
But you know me, I see SF. I think SF will lose.
I don't know. I like the SF in this game.
Yeah, but one Omni Slash is also going to kill the SF.
I don't know.
Like-
I have faith in Somnus. I think he's having too good of a tournament. I think he's going to show us up on the Shadow Fiend of the moment.
He did yesterday too, though, and then he still got destroyed afterwards.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you can, you do you, my friend. I'm just saying. I'm an SF hater, certified. I went to the exam and passed it.
Right. Yeah, I never even
So-
took the test. I was too scared.
Yeah, it's pretty scary to be an SF hater, but I am one. So I'm gonna say Aster is gonna win because SF is too flimsy. It's too flimsy. You're right though. Somnus is absolutely ripping it apart this tournament. So wouldn't be surprised if they take it either.
Yeah, even if they were to step out here, I feel like it's been a good performance for RNG, but still a game 3 to be played, and I do have faith in the Somnus Shadow Fiend. Maybe I have a little less faith in the God King Ember, but also they've got Felix on the Rubik. That's been a big plus for them.
Yeah.
Let's see if it continues to be a big plus.
Not the greatest Rubik game again, right? Like the best steal of this game is probably the Spear, which is very hard to get if you just toggle his Bulwark. Exorcist is a good mouse player. Like he wanted a steer get stolen that easily.
Still gets Soulbind. There's still Aether Remnant's always nice as the Rubik. We'll have to see what they get from this Rubik, and we'll go into game number 3 right now. Do or die for both these teams. They'll either
as I
do
said,
or they die.
I predicted RNG in the final, so hopefully they win this.
But you don't
Hopefully for me.
trust it.
I don't trust the SF. I don't.
Okay. Fair enough.
SF hater.
Certified.
Certified.
Do you trust Jug more than you trust SF, though?
The thing is, in mid-late game, like one Omni Slash literally just kills SF 100 to 0.
30 seconds
Right.
to battle.
Like, the only way to really offset that is if you purchase like a Manta style on SF, which he might do. Don't know. Also depends on the item build, of course, that Monet is going for. Little poke.
Poke here, poke there.
The battle begins.
Nothing really doing.
Yeah, just trading a little bit here and there. Nothing crazy. The Grimstroke Juggernaut lane is a very, very scary lane though. Like, it's a popular lane. Inkswell plus Blade Fury is an insanely strong combo. Super much damage as well.
Is the Undying bugged for you?
No. No.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. The Undying for me, the head is rubber banding all the way back to base or something like that.
Rubber banding.
Yeah. Take a quick screenshot.
As if he like has a rubber band on the head and he's trying to pull it away or what?
Yeah. It's doing the same thing on the Obs feed.
Well, maybe he didn't get his 4-head day in yet.
Maybe not. And well, right now, taking a look at the CS, it is Somnus leading 6-3.
Yeah, Somnus is doing very well.
Not
It's a pretty easy lane
yet.
for SF again. Like, most spirits get somewhat dominated by SF. So, we shouldn't be surprised to see Somnus crush this lane.
Right. Trying to feel what X-Nova is going to be doing in this lane. He's right now trying just with the Decay and the Soul Rip to make something happen, but no Tombstone early. Throwing these Decays, eating a lot of damage. Is going to be enough to open up the lane here for God King. He does have himself 10 CS, and actually the top 3 on the CS chart is all on the side of Royal Never Give Up.
Yeah. The lanes really need a level to come. Oh, gotcha.
Ooh,
Spear, nice.
Yeah, landing and the damage being done. The right clicks are in. They do have that stick, and he's going into the early Orb of Corrosion. They also pass over Salve.
Yeah, God King though, the more levels he gets, and his slide, of course, the easier this lane's gonna get too. But Io is one of the best heroes against that, because you just have this massive amount of region you're sharing. Top lane, level 3, Juggernaut, and level 3 Grimstroke, we should expect some aggression. Before that, as we said, like, Juggernaut really needs levels. He's not the strongest, level 1 and 2.
So we'll have to see how this kind of ends out for him. And, you know, they're trying to use that Cinder Brew as well as the Thunderclap. Bottom lane, God King again, getting hit by that spear.
Has one more healing self on the Undying, though.
Healing Salve, staying safe, doing his thing. Cinder Brew thrown again, igniting them. And it's the easy ignite when you've got yourself the Fade Bolt to follow it up. And you can see the kind of damage that it does to both these heroes. Monet, level 3 now. 2 in the Blade Fury, 1 in the Blade Dance. Still a very long cooldown at 34 seconds if they are going to make that aggressive play with the Blade Fury.
His boots are on the courier. Once those are there, it's really time to be aggressive. Otherwise, they're just going to get spammed out of this lane. Can't wait too long. Your lane's supposed to be owning. And level 3, so... Yeah, both couriers are coming in with a little bit of regen. I have a feeling Chalice might just die. He's pretty damn tanky though, so maybe not. They didn't manage to house him at all.
If you get the Blade Fury off, maybe with the Ink Swell, but even then, it doesn't. It doesn't guarantee it, right? Like if the Blade Fury ends, telekinesis, throw him back onto the Grimstroke and Thunderclap. That's the start. Monet pressing forward and pushing Chalice back, but you're already doing a good amount of damage to the Grimstroke, and
they're really hesitant to just use their combo. Like at least make them low HP or something, you know? Like right now they're feeling nothing on the RNG side.
Yeah, not really getting harassed all too much, right? Spear again, this time landing on X Nova. They've dropped down the Tombstone. They've got the Searing Chains. They're going to get first blood on XXS. They have the damage, they do. God King gets credit for that kill. Meanwhile, top lane, there's the Ink Swell. Blade Fury, it does land on the Felix, and he's got the telekinesis. But it's not enough to save his life. It actually ends up being that the Grimstroke gets the kill. And Thunderclap Cinder Brew now going into the healing ward, so Chalice can't keep the pressure on.
Yeah. And now Spin is up in 10 again, so they can do the same thing to the Brewmaster. Rubik is gonna TP middle to refill the bottle. Yeah, Ori is bleeding. He's hurting very badly. And Charles that.
Yeah, Venom's Embrace, Stroke of Fate, Ink Swell all popping. There's the combination that we're really expecting to see time and time again. And now I guess the question becomes, how do RNG kind of compete against this? Because this can be a constant, right? So Chalice has to back out of the lane. Telekinesis, Aether Remnant lands out on a Somnus. Bobica.
Somnus?
He's fine.
Yeah, but tell it to what? Void Spirit was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe the creep wave? I have no idea.
2 rays, he would have been dead. And Somnus definitely thought Void Spirit was there to just be tethered to. But Ori said, nah, you're good. Well, nothing happened. All good.
Team not as fast paced as the other ones. It's really kind of slowed up a little bit. And who do you think is really going to make the first big jump of the game? They've got God King only level 4.
I think it will be rotations onto the SF. Probably from the Grimstroke and the IO. Because they're going to start controlling him. He's getting too big. And Ori is just suffering, doubling up the CS of Ori already. He has almost the same denies as Ori has CS.
Wow.
But yeah, they gotta do something about it.
Chalice pressing the issue up top, doing a lot of damage on Monet, forcing out the healing ward again. Chalice gonna just cut the creeps. They'll go towards top. They've got Ori level 6, Astral Steps. Ooh, no, Ori back mid. Thinking twice about it.
It's really hard to move at this point. 1k gold lead, but it's all on the back of the mid lane.
Ink Swell, Venom's Embrace, Monet. He's level 6, but he doesn't have the mana for an Omni Slash. And without the Ink Swell, Chalice just TPs away back to base. He's going into that Ags early, no surprise. But you're expecting to see from a Brewmaster to have the double primal split. And they find Ori. Raise hits. Astro step away. Felix, no telekinesis, but it is only level 1. Swift duration 1.2. Used to be 0.8 level 1.
Yeah, 50% increase, not bad at all.
Yeah, early levels it feels much better. The later levels, it's closes the gap a little bit more. There's the telekinesis. The raise is still not enough. Astro step away.
Yeah, but they're really keeping Ori on his toes. And the thing is, he's just not getting any farm. He can't really find any rotations either. It's a very rough game for Ori. This is what we expect, really, SF against the Spirit Hero.
See, Chalice continuing to put the pressure on. Fable comes through. Won't ignite the Cinder Brew. A little bit too late, and he puts out the healing ward again. They want to pressure him under the tower. They want to go for something, but they do have the Grimstroke nearby. Somnus making the full rotation, though.
Inkswell can kill him too.
Ward placed down. And a TP. We've got Primal Split if they want to go to it. There's the Inkswell, so this really isn't going to do much of anything. They've got the raises coming out. They'll get the kill into the Grimstroke. They've got the telekinesis now on a Monet. He goes into the Blade Fury, and, well, Chalice gets credit for both kills, and they're going to take the tier 1 tower off of that.
Yeah. Monet didn't TP out with a spin instantly. He wanted to see what happens, which is a little bit greedy. He gets punished for it. Because if he TPs out right away, there's no way he's going to die. But nice rotation. They don't have the best amount of lockdown once more, so the only thing you can really do is brute force down the tower. That's exactly what they do.
When they end up stealing here for the Rubik, he gets himself the Aether Remnant. That's what I was talking about. You could get telekinesis into the Aether Remnant. It's 1.2 seconds of control on the lift, and some pull duration of 1.6 on the Aether Remnant. So getting yourself about 3 seconds of control. And the Undying X-Nova, well, he tries to Soul Rip to survive, but Ori gets the kill there out onto the Undying. This is left XXS to do whatever he wants. You've got God King going into the Desolator. He's already got the Orb of Corrosion. So they are looking for a little bit of minus armor, like we kind of talked about in the draft.
Yeah, the Deso plus Orb of Corrosion is a very strong combo on Ember Spirit, of course. -9 armor on everyone. SFR is going to cap out at -7. So 16 total. That is a lot of minus armor. 3-minute smoke up again. Bring summons to the bot lane. Just want to kill the Mars and get the tower afterwards. But Aster should somewhat know this. Like, they aren't really showing much on lanes.
Chalice up top already has the point booster. They're going to walk up on this. The smoke's going to break, and Ori's going to have to Astro step away. I don't think he really wants to fight this. I say he wants to Astro step away, but he goes in with the Inkswell. So the stun hits 3. Oh, the arena follows it up. That means Somnus is going to be in so much trouble. They get the kill onto 2 of those heroes, and now can God King do anything with the help of X-Nova? And not looking likely. He's got the Decay. The Aether Remnant lands. They get the kill on X-Nova. They take out the 3rd. God King still trying to find something. The Remnant forward onto Ori, but they've got the tether from Bobica. Slight comes out. God King in trouble.
He's out of mana.
Aster, they might get away with something here. They need to make sure they get Ori out alive, but the Sleight of Fist comes in, and now God King kind of standing his ground, throwing out these right clicks and doing some damage, but the spear finally lands. They have the control, and they have the kill out on a God King. Immediately, XXS will try to TP out, and will do so successfully. RNG, it didn't look like Ori would want any of that, but when it's a 3-man stun with the Inkswell, everybody's there to join the parade.
Yeah, just the reason why Grimstroke is such a popular support right now, right? It's just so strong with any of the steers to just go in. And that's what happened to SF. If there's an SF in the game, I'm an SF hater, and that's exactly why.
Cinder Brew, telekinesis. Now they go into the Primal Split. He's going to dissimulate, but I was not sure if Ori would get out, but he does, in fact, leave with success. Oh, Cyclone. Just before he goes back to form.
Oh, no tether.
Felix doesn't have telekinesis. They look for the Requiem. They've got the fear. They'll get the kill into Bobica, and 2 more kills here for RNG, and potentially another tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Yeah,
has
still playing
fallen.
very well on the RNG side, holding it all together.
Radiant's bottom
Sure, that was a
tower is
misstep,
under
but
attack.
you know, it's not like it's unrecoverable or anything.
Dire's middle tower
Juggernaut
is
going
under
into the
attack.
battlefield actually, very greedy item build up from Monet, but it's pretty good against the Brewmaster. It just wants to scale into really hard-hitting right clicks. The blink on Mars should be the go signal. Smoke up, probably try to find a kill in the SF again before his BKB.
You're gonna smoke two up. They're gonna look for the Inkswell combo with the Astro Step once again.
Yeah.
They might find something.
Not who they want to find though.
Ooh, Remnant back, forth into the hands of Monet.
Oh, he misclicked.
Got
Big
the spear,
misplay from
and now the
God
Omni
King.
Slash comes in, and God King's in trouble. They've got the kill onto one. God King goes down. X Nova is next. Aster
There
gets
was a
another pair.
massive misclick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He wanted to go to the left Remnant, but went to the right one, and then he was like, oh, where am I? Where am I? Didn't move. Oh no.
Trying to fit the top lane. They've got the arena down. The spear is stolen. Felix. Spear doesn't latch to his own arena, I assume. And they've got the 8th Remnant. They get the kill on Astonis to follow it up. So Aster, they were showing 5 bot. They
Four
show
heroes
5
gone.
top. And they get the kill on a 4. Wow.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And now they're all
is
going
under
bottom to
attack.
try to defend. No TP on Monet.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Monet,
But he's
Blade
just spinning
Fury.
away. Bye-bye.
They can't even catch him.
Yeah, they only lose an IO for all this. I would say they are incredibly happy with the outcome
Radiant's
of that
middle
fight.
tower is
Or a
under
sequence of
attack.
events, rather.
Go for my tower.
Soon, though, you would expect that potentially we see with the Ags on the brew, it becomes a bit more of RNG's game to try and bolster up. But that being said, you've now got the Battle Fury on the jug, and he's ready to farm up. Which is again,
Where's the
telekinesis. Still the Astro Step. Double Astro Step coming out. Ori taking a lot of damage, but he's got Popica there with the tether, the Sleight of Fist steering change. The 8th Remnant, it's not in time.
Nice. Ori a little bit too greedy, gets punished for it. Very good rotation from God King. He's almost into his destiny now, but his farm has been slowed down immensely. Oh, Somnus again.
Yeah, Somnus was hit with the spear. They've got themselves the silence. Popica comes over. Somnus just can't survive. Death Requiem comes out. They have themselves the primal split. The Fable comes through. Grimstroke trying to make something happen by silencing up this Rubik, but they've got the Cyclone onto the IO. XXS, he's low. He's into the trees, but here's the chase from X Nova and Chalice out onto the IO. Oh, they maybe can find XXS, but he ends up TPing back to base. They get themselves at least 2.
I thought XSS was gonna turn around on the Rubik. Soul Ring, Arena Spear kill the Rubik. Would have been a very Chad play, but a very risky one, of course. Ends up not happening. And they can't pressure the top tower without Somnus. SF is the most important hero they have, and he just died 3 times in a row after like a perfect landing phase. And I just see that happen too many times with SF.
Yeah. It's a
SF,
very
SF,
fragile state of the game.
His BKB is almost up though. 300.
And that's certainly going to help him out. And they have
Murphy dies again, though.
I believe, for Chalice in just a second. They're going to try and save
again.
Somnus, but he's just dead. Monet, he did use the Omni Slash. They go into the Primal Split once again. They get the kill to the Grimstroke. They've lost only the Shadow Fiend so far. They take out 2. It's both supports. They're trying to find a +1, but XXS and Ori are already out of dodge. Does it open up enough space here for God King, who's still looking for this Desolator?
Honestly, it's not the worst thing. Like, Brewmaster is definitely an offlane that can carry games with a massive amount of gold. Him getting a lot of kills could be very good for them.
Arena, God's Rebuke, Chalice doesn't have a Primal Split to work with. The Spear is there. The Sleight of Fist comes out. XXS, though, trying to run. The 8th Remnant lands out onto God King. And no telekinesis, and yeah, he's still Bulwark. Not
Yeah,
the arena
as I said,
or the Spear.
it's impossible to steal Spear if Mars is aware of his surroundings.
Still a stone for both sides. BKB really soon for Somnus, and maybe that's his comeback avenue. It's 0-4-8 after a perfect start in the CS department.
Got his BKB now, though.
Cinder Brew, Thunderclap, Astral Step, all away. Aether Remnant was thrown maybe a little bit too late from the Rubik.
Yeah, getting bullied a lot, though. Poor Ori, look at his net worth.
Below
so
God King, who
underfarmed.
feels like he's having a solo game.
Yeah. He will be into his Deso relatively shortly. He has it on a courier, actually.
Yeah, his courier is
Radiant's
going
top tower is under attack.
to his Remnant. Yeah. Meet him.
Should be an easy Roche.
Radiant are scanning.
Or is it?
Tombstone's down. They've got the Aether Remnant that pulls up God King for just a second. They go into the ult for X Nova. You can see XXS. He wants something with this.
Yeah.
He's got the blink as well as the arena ready to go, but they go to the Requiem to try and defend, and they will do so and pick up the Aegis on Somnus. So he's got his BKB. He doesn't have Requiem for 100 seconds, but now BKB and an Aegis for Somnus might make it so he can kind of sustain through the next couple minutes of the game.
Yeah. Juggernaut is not slowing down, though, and I told you about the big problem of the late game Omni Slash against SF. He has no way to protect himself. It will have to come from like the Brewmaster trying to split up the Omni Slash between him and his Brewlings, maybe. But if he's ever caught alone by an Omni Slash, he's gone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Monet almost has the Manta.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, Presence of the Dark Lord reducing the armor. They also have the Orb of Corrosion as well as the Desolator. Get the spear out. Chalice.
Chalice got
in a lot of trouble, and he's got a 9-time spree going the way of the Grimstroke. Not the worst person to give it up to, but potentially one who might even go for an axe if he gets the gold enough to do so. They've got the spells to Soulbind, the Astral Step away. Ori trying to get out of this one. They go after this Grimstroke and get the kill there. The 1-for-1. And
Monet
still pressure
has
being
not
put on the
moved
tier
away
2
from the
tower
spot
top.
then, though.
No.
I think they could still fight potentially if Monet wants to join.
No arena, and Requiem back up in 18.
Yeah, it looks a little bit risky. Yeah, it's too late.
They're going to try them.
Or is it?
Blink Spear hitting through out onto God King. He's not the one with the Aegis, and he's not the one with a life to live anymore. They go to the Omni Slash on the Somnus. They get the kill to the Shadow Fiend. And now
get out.
they're going to try and run, but God King buys back. He gets the healing ward. Cytophist comes through with the Searing Scenes out onto Monet. He'll go into the Blade Fury. They'll start to retreat. They got the tier 2 tower, but now they really desperately need to make something of this because now God King is kind of on a little bit of a timer. Raze comes in. Dissimulate, picked up there by the Rubik. He's on a timer because of the fact that he bought back, and if he dies again, this gives a big advantage to Aster. Telekinesis, Raze out, Blade Fury once again from Monet. They go into the Primal Split. He has another Primal Split available, so if they want to stay, if they want to make things happen, they can do so with another Primal Split in mind. Keep the Pandas forward. They got the Cyclone out for a second, but coming around the back, they were looking to get the Ink Swell, but they catch him coming forward. Ori, he's trying to make something happen, goes to Dissimulate once again. The blink forward XXS. He's got the arena, but the Primal Split comes out. Ink Swell, Telekinesis out onto XXS, who pops the BKB, gets the arena down around on 3. Somnus pops his BKB. They get the kill on X Nova. They'll take it the Undying, and now they've got the Silence out on the God King. The Soulbind connects him to this Panda, the Storm Panda to be precise. And they're backing away Chalice. Chalice no longer with a split. Chalice is going to be ganked on and taken out by this Aster lineup. XXS gets a double kill, and now they're going to remnant back on God King.
God King, you have no DP. God King
up into the air.
Oh no!
Is in trouble. They got the spear out on the God King. The Inkswell with him. Ooh, slight to dodge, but isn't going to be enough to survive. Felix is gone. God King dead for 70 seconds after buying back earlier, and it goes really well for Aster.
Doesn't that remind you of something that happened yesterday?
With LGD?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
One failed high ground push at the tier 3
Radiant's middle tower.
with SF.
And that was it.
Radiant's
They don't have a dust. Oh, lucky he just picked up a Shadow Blade. He's still looking around. You gotta be careful, Somnus. Don't want to be too cocky. But yeah, God King's game is now completely ruined, basically.
Yeah, he's behind Ori, who is having a atrocious game.
Yeah. And XXS on the Mars is having a really good game. Look at his net worth. Super rich.
I don't think Requiem was used that entire fight, right?
Nope.
Even with the BKB.
Yeah. SF trying to get a solo kill on Ori with the Requiem.
Requiem hits, and then the raises.
Oh, he mistimed it.
Doesn't get it. Now XXS is coming over. Ori can stay.
They're going for him
Forces
instead.
the BKB TP. They're going to relocate, and they wanted to get that.
They needed to wait for the spear first before they relocate. They were a little bit ambitious. But yeah, nice try by Somnus. Just a little bit of a misplacement. And they have no tier 2 neutral items. It's minute 24. They haven't been hitting jungle creeps at all.
Primal split. Inkswell, God's Rebuke, that gets used. Inkswell pops, not going to do anything, and they might be able to get the kill into the Grimstroke. The Soulbind comes out with the Phantom's Embrace. That's on a both supports. They got the kill to the Grimstroke. They laid down the arena on X Nova. They have the spear. They'll get the kill. They'll take the Undying very quickly. He does have buyback if he wants to use it. Somnus kept out thanks to the gates of this arena.
No
and
split.
also on Somnus, and now Chalice. He doesn't have a Primal Split to go to for a while. The Blade Fury is on him. Somnus goes invis for a second and may want to re-engage, but I don't think he's going to do so with Chalice. And God,
what?
dying to Ori mid.
Solo.
Solo.
The DD Void Spirit is blowing him up. Oh, this game is completely out of control. If they get a spear on Somnus, is dead too. Oh, they don't even try, okay. Playing it safe. But yeah, I don't know at this point how you recover. You need a Requiem somehow on a Juggernaut or a Mars out of Shadowblade. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing else you can do. Because your Brewmaster went into a blink instead of a Refresher, so you'll never have the Force Splits up anytime soon at all.
He's going
God
blind
King,
anyway.
he's out of this game, pretty much. He only has 2 charges on his Deso as well.
Yeah.
And again, they need to hit neutral items. They don't even have their 5 neutral items from 2017 yet. And it's almost 27.
They have Inkswell to work with. Maybe that could be something that gives them a leg up in these fights.
Who goes in though? You gotta put it on a Bruling, if anything.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like if God King goes in, he just gets blown up. I can't believe he just got soloed by Void Spirit. Oh, they're going on him again?
Yeah, they want to get this kill. They've got the Astral Step into the Aether Remnant. And we know his game is kind of just done. He doesn't have the BKB, and he's not going to have the BKB for so long. He's dead for another 50 seconds. He pings out that there's vision there, and it's just... He's got nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to be, and they're down 10,000 gold. The map's shrinking. The game's getting so hard for him.
Yeah. Yeah, looking very, very rough. What's SF building into? Probably has a Silver Edge in Korea, right? Yeah, so they have an answer to the Bulwark at least.
Ags, though. On the Void
Man,
Spirit.
Ori's game was so over. Now it's actually somewhat back into it. He has a double silence as well against the Brewmaster, so his split is in a little bit of a...
They had this ward. They were ready for this, but there's the BKB as well as the arena. They've got themselves the Inkswell. Omni bouncing around, coming out from the Jug. They go to the Requiem, but it's not looking like it's going to be enough. They've got the Soulbind out on the Chalice as well as the Silence. They've got the kill on the Silence. They'll take out the Shadow Fiend, and another look over at Chalice. Relocate the IO away. X-Nova tries to TP out, but they've got the spear to the edge of the map. And his grave and his body will fall off the cliff and die. 2 heroes gone to the side of RNG. 13,000 net worth lead. The BKB is just not doing enough. They've set up well with XXS every single time. And they're going to go for more.
Straight away looking for the Ember again. Don't want to give him any breathing room. Oh, if God King dies here again, I don't know when he's ever going to finish his BKB. They still have the same board. They see him under there. They know he's farming.
Can they get there quick enough? They have smoked. They put the ward down. They spot X Nova. That's one they'll take. They'll get the kill. Side effect searing chains, but what does it do? How much?
Bot tower gone as well.
Radiant's bottom
40k
tower
behind.
has fallen.
Ah, man. I don't know why they keep going back to this SF. I really hate this hero.
Felt like it was getting it done. It always felt like, though, that God King was kind of sitting a little bit far behind, and that buyback really just killed his game.
Yeah. How much for BKB?
Dire's courier
Oh, I
has
still
been
like
killed.
1700. Not too close. He has AC already on Mars, so this entire minus armor strategy is basically down the drain. Or summons again.
Yeah,
Oh,
Summon
yeah,
is
sprint to
BKB.
They might
But
reinitiate.
yeah,
They are going to reinitiate. Someone's going to be careful.
It's gone. They'll go to the arena. They've got the spear. They'll get the kill to Sonis. They'll take out X Nova. This could really be the beginning of the end. Chalice going to the back lines and looking to get a kill, at least onto the Grimstroke, who goes to the Inkswell, and that will not go off. They finish off Grim, but Chalice, now he's caught up a little bit. And, ooh, just blinks out. God King, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. They'll steal the Astral Step once more.
It's GGing like
And they
that.
just call
There's
GG.
definitely some tilt.
Yeah, Aster, they're going to take the series. They're going to eliminate Royal Never Give Up and move on to the lower bracket final.
Yeah.
They tap out of that game, and they wanted nothing more to do with it. Even with God King still up and Chalice surviving that little bit of a move in the middle lane.
Yeah. Well, at least that perfectly showcased why I hate SF so much.
Right.
I don't know why they went to it again. Second and third draft felt very similar. They're very stubborn, RNG, I realized. Like, they keep going back to the same thing that doesn't work. They want to brute force it somehow. It's, yeah. It's so hard to execute. It is so hard to execute. I feel really bad for God King, especially. Like, his game was absolutely dead. Somnus had a perfect landing phase. After that, it just felt like a lot of tilt, honestly, from the entire team. Like the map movement, like they die 2 heroes bottom, then they push top alone with 2 heroes against an IO draft. They get punished instantly. Like, you know these things are going to happen, right? Like, you're not thinking clearly, which is basically a sign of tilt.
Yeah, it's really the two sides of the RNG story. Sides we see where they just collapse and fall apart very quickly. And then there's times where they look super clean, like in the victory they had in this series. And it's just, you cannot be so hot and cold. Aster's the same way. They've been hot and cold before too, and that's what makes it scary for both these teams.